Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking about earning some daily passive income using the Drip token. I've talked about Drip before, but I want to go into a little bit more detail in this video. I love passive income. Those of you that are subscribed to my channel know that I love passive income. I earn passive income through crypto trading. I earn passive income right now through Axie Infinity, which I've not even talked about either one of those on this channel yet. I also have passive income that I earn, using the CryptoTab web browser. I mean, there's so many things that I do to be able to earn passive income right now in cryptocurrency. Ladies and gentlemen, this is by far one of the most lucrative daily passive income tokens, cryptos that I've seen at this point. Now, this project, I'm going to talk about how long I think it can last, how sustainable it is, where it's going to go long term. This is incredible. We're talking about the Drip token here on the Drip network. This is a Binance Smart Chain token. I'm going to share with you the strategy that I've used so far. I'm also going to talk about how the project is sustainable. I'm going to cover a lot of stuff in this video, but I'm going to try to make it pretty concise. If you want to get started with the Drip token, first and foremost, you want to be able to make certain that you have your MetaMask installed. If you don't have MetaMask installed, I have a video on my channel. I'll link it above. I'll put it on the end screen as well. You can watch that video, learn how to get the MetaMask installed on your web browser. Next thing that you'll have to do, MetaMask is designed for Ethereum. The next thing you'll have to do is connect the Binance Smart Chain to your MetaMask wallet. Right here, if you go to MetaMask, you'll see this is Binance Smart Chain. It starts out with Ethereum. You're going to want to have the Binance Smart Chain connected. I have a video that shows you how to connect the Binance Smart Chain to your wallet. I'll link that above as well so you can have that. Let me connect back. Okay. Also, you're going to need to get BNB on the Binance Smart Chain. Again, you got to get that on the Binance Smart Chain. There's two types of BNB, the native token and the Binance Smart Chain BNB. You've got to get that in your wallet. If you have a Binance account or a Coinbase account, you may be able to use those. If you have an exchange like that, you may be able to use that. If you don't have an exchange account, one of the best ways I know to do it, or at least I should say the easiest way to do it, is a website called Change. I have a video that shows you how to use that website. I'll link that video above. Now, if you have the MetaMask, if you have Binance Smart Chain connected, and you have BNB inside of your wallet, you're going to be good to go. At that point, all you want to do is come over here to swap. You're going to come here, click on the gear icon, put 1%. You're going to click however much BNB you want. Then you come over here, with 100 BNB if you want, or 1,000 or 10 or 1. It doesn't matter how much BNB you have, whatever you have in your wallet, whatever you want to come in with, and you're going to buy those Drip tokens. Click the buy. It will go through. Once it goes through, you have to come over to faucet. You have to make a deposit. Click max, put in there, click deposit. The link for the faucet will be down. The link for Drip will be down in the description. You'll have my Buddy address down there. You want to make certain you enter in my Buddy address. Once you enter in my Buddy address, you're going to be eligible for the $100 in free Drip I'm going to give out. I'm actually going to give out 2 Drip tokens to one lucky person. I'll give you more details on that towards the end of the video. But let me just say this. Let's talk about what happens here. Once you make a deposit, you're going to get Drip every single day. So right now I'm getting $447.33 per day, 1% of this every single day. Or I should say more accurately, I'm getting 7.55 Drip every day. The Drip value goes up and down. Here's the token chart. As you can see, it's been on a bit of a run lately. Way up here. I got into Drip way back here somewhere. So I wrote it down and then it started going back up and then it's exploded recently because of some new developments. But we can talk about that more a little bit later in this video or on another video. Once you start getting that 1% every day, you can hydrate. Click hydrate. About every, 0.3 or half Drip if you want, you can click the hydrate button. At least once a day. That's the goal. At least once a day, you want to be able to compound. Why? Because this is going to grow like crazy. It's going to grow crazy. Just to show you quickly a compound interest calculator. If you have 500 Drip, right? This is not dollars. This is Drip. If you have 500 Drip, it compounds. It's 1% a day, but I said 0.95% because there's actually a 5% fee to compound. There's a 10% fee to make a deposit into the faucet, a 10% fee to withdraw. That fee is how the faucet stays sustainable. and how it's continuing to pays out. There's also a hydration fee as well of 5%. So it's the cheapest thing you can do is hydrate or compound. So let's just say that we're compounding at a rate of 0.95% per day. Let's say that we do that for 365 days, right? 1 year, 365 days or 1 year. Just to show you what that would turn into, that's 15,768 drip per day. Now, there are people that have done this. They haven't compounded for a full year yet, but there's people that have compounded for like 200 days. 3,000 drip. This isn't dollars. This is actual drip tokens. 3,313 drip. There are people getting 331 drip a day. And they started with 500 drip 200 days ago. That's crazy when drip is almost $60 per token right now. Where are we at? $59.06. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So right now, I'm compounding every single day, but I've already got my original investment out. So I want to talk about my strategy, and I want to talk about how long this can last. Because you think to yourself, if I compound forever, then, I'm going to own the drip world. Well, kind of, but not really. There's certain limitations that you need to be aware of. Otherwise, you're right. It could never actually last. It wouldn't even be realistic. Drip as a cryptocurrency is not going to go anywhere. I mean, it is a token. The question is, what will that token value be able to sustain itself? Will the token value stay at something reasonable? Will it stay above, $30, $40, $50? Well, I can tell you there are some recent developments that the token price may go up. I mean, there is reason to believe, not financial advice. Nothing on my channel is financial advice. Don't take financial advice from a cryptocurrency YouTuber. That would not be smart, especially one that is telling you that I have a referral link that you use. I'm biased on this project. I'm biased when I'm talking to you about this project. That's just being honest. I'm not trying to mislead anyone on my channel. Whatever you do your own research. I'm bringing awareness to this project. I think it's interesting. It's done really, really well. And I'm biased because I earn referral rewards if you get into the project. But I'm going to give something back for those referral rewards as well. However, just understand, I'm biased. Be aware of that. There is some news that could support this price going up even further. Let me first talk about my strategy. Then I'll talk about how it's sustainable, and I'll talk about that news. And how long this could last, because it could last a good long time. I mean, I don't think it's going to last indefinitely yet until I see some further development that tells me it's going to have more life. But I definitely see potential if the developments that they're talking about, if they deliver on these developments. Now, the thing about this developer is so far he's delivered on everything that he said, every addition, every improvement that he's made. He's done it. I mean, he has absolutely nailed it. So that's a good thing. So let's come back over here and talk about this for just a moment. I want to sit here so I can kind of, I love just watching this right here just add up, tick up every time. I mean, I get obsessed coming over here, logging in, just looking at it. So, okay, here was my strategy. So I went into drip several months back. I came in and I compounded personally. When I say compounded, I mean hydrate, for about a month personally. Now, at that point, I started withdrawing, and I put in $1,000, and then a couple weeks went by, I put in another $3,000 or $4,000, $5,000, whatever it was. And at that point, I compounded for about a month, and then I just started withdrawing. And I didn't pay a lot of attention to the project. I didn't talk about it on my channel. I didn't know if the project was going anywhere. I was just playing the high risk game. But I started watching the value of the token start creeping back up. This is the first thing that happened. I saw this move here, and I thought, wow, what's going on with that token? And then I continued to watch it, and it was creeping back up. And then when it started doing this, I started to find out what was going on. And then I was like, this is crazy. Like, this token, this could go on a long time. I mean, a long time. So I started talking about it on my channel. I really thought it was going to die a quick death early on. Boy, was I wrong. And boy, did I miss out because I was wrong. I mean, do you know how much more I could have had here? It makes me sick to even think about it. So here's my strategy. The first strategy is get your initial investment out. You can withdraw every day if you want. You can compound and withdraw, compound for a month, and then try to withdraw. Whatever you do, you're taking risk. Every withdrawal, you're decreasing your risk. So decrease your risk, get your investment out. The soonest you get your investment out, the better off you're going to be. Now, once you get your initial investment out, ladies and gentlemen, then it's like that's a game changer. Now you're going to start being able to compound this thing. And if you want, compound it for 6 months, compound it for a year, see what happens, see if the token price maintains. I mean, then you can swing for the fences if you want, or you can do what I'm doing. I set a goal for myself. When I decided I was going to get serious with this thing, I'm like, okay, I want to get this to 1,000 drip. That's my goal. I want to get to 1,000 drip. Now, if you're a big whale, maybe you're trying to get it to 10,000 drip. If you're a smaller fish, maybe you're trying to get it to 100 drip. I think 100 drip should be everyone's minimum goal. Because at 100 drip, if we're maintaining $60, let's say we hold it $50. I mean, that's still 5,000. I mean, for a lot of people, you're talking about $50 a day. That's not too bad. For a lot of people, that's some good side income. You start getting to 1,000 drip, you're talking about people replacing careers and jobs potentially. So for me, to get your initial investment out first, second, compound to your goal, whatever your goal is, and then you want to have a strategy of compound and withdrawal indefinitely. So for me, it looks like this. I compound Monday through Friday, and this is my goal once I get to 1,000. Compound Monday through Friday, and then withdraw every Saturday and Sunday. Compound Monday through Friday, withdrawal Saturday and Sunday. That has me compounding for 5 days, withdrawal for 2 days. That continues to build my account, and I continue to withdraw. So you're getting the best of both worlds. And you can't withdraw forever anyway. If you withdraw every single day, there's a limit to what you're going to be able to earn. I'll explain that in a moment when I talk about how long this can last. So there's a lot of features in place that are really unique to the whole drip faucet. First and foremost, it's really kind of the tokenomics. Let's talk about this for a moment. People say, how is this sustainable? Well, the first way that it's sustainable is because of the taxes. There are taxes on the system. Every time you deposit, when you buy from the reservoir, there's no taxes when you buy drip. But when you deposit into the faucet, you pay a 10% tax. So if you deposit, say you want to get 5 drip in, you've got to deposit more than 5 to have 5 show up here, because there's going to be a 10% tax. You come over here, you're like, oh, 0.6 BNB. That's going to give me 5.2 drip. Well, 10% of that is 0.5. So when you go to deposit that, you're going to have less than 5 drip. You're going to have 4 point something, right? 4.5 something is what you're going to have deposited here. So the tax is 10% to deposit into the faucet, 10% when you sell out. So you can claim, and then when you make a sell, there's going to be a 10% tax. Also, 5% tax when you hydrate. Hydrating is the cheapest thing you can do. So that's one way. The other way that the project is sustainable is through something called a well tax. And then there's limitations on each wallet. We'll talk about that in a moment. And then there's ongoing development that's taking place and promotion. So we're going to cover all that in this section. We've already talked about the taxes, right? Well, the well tax is another way that the contract is able to keep funds that it can pay out. So the way that works is if you have 1% of total drip in circulation inside of your wallet, you're going to pay a tax of additional 5% when you go to sell. So in other words, everyone pays 10%, but you'd be paying 15% if you have 1% or more. If you have 2% or more, you're going to pay 10% additional tax. So you would be paying 20% to sell, not 10. And if you have 3% of total drip in your wallet, you're going to pay a 15% tax. If you have 4%, it's 20, and it goes all the way up to you have 10% or more. If you have 10% or more, you're going to pay a 50% additional tax. So it's substantial. That's a huge tax that's designed to really protect the system from any one whale just basically destroying the whole thing. So there's the whale tax. There's the taxes that we all pay just to transact with the system. In addition to that, each wallet is capped. So this is very fascinating. Each wallet can only get a max payout of 100,000 drip tokens, which is like $5 million dollars worth or whatever. But that's the cap. That's the most you can get. Now, why is that important? Because there are people that already have wallets capped out. And if you keep doing the math on that, it's going to get out of hand really, really fast. But there's something even more important than the 100,000 payout. It's that your referrals, any referrals that are attached to the wallet, like I have another wallet, right? In my other wallet, these referrals right here, you earn like 7.5% from your referrals. However, when I start a new wallet, these referrals don't go with me. They stay attached here. This is incredible. This prevents, again, any large player, any large referrer from being able to milk too much out of the system without killing their incentive. I mean, they're going to still make $5 million at current prices, so it's not the end of the world, but it prevents you from just killing the entire system. Also, this is interesting. I'm going to show you something here in a minute. You see these referrers? I haven't actually made one single dime from these referrers right here. Not one. Watch this. Because I've pulled out, it limits how much you can pull out of the system. You have to have net positive deposits. So I pulled out 180 more drip than I put in over here. And so I'm not able to earn from referrals. Now I can withdraw a max of up to, right now, if I didn't put anything else in, I just withdrew, I can withdraw 2,759 drip tokens. But I'm not able to earn from any referrals if I've withdrawn too much out of the system. And it lets you know right here. So I've got, this number has to stay positive for me to be able to earn from referrals. Again, this prevents someone with a YouTube channel like me from pulling out way too much. And the way that I ended up in this position, by the way, I didn't think the project was going to last, and I was just withdrawing. I didn't even care. I didn't pay any attention, didn't follow the Telegram, nothing. But when I started looking at the Telegram and I saw what was going on, I thought, wait a minute, this is looking interesting. So then I started talking about it, promoting it, and I realized that I already pulled too much out of the system as is. So I started another wallet. I'll show you that real quick. This is my other wallet. So when you get started, go down. If you want to get started with the Drip Network, if you go down and you click on the link, it's connected to this wallet. And this wallet, you know, I've got a few referrals. It's a much smaller wallet, obviously. But look, I'm still getting $68. That's crazy. $68 a day right now. That's just awesome. So this is a good time to share with you how you can get part of that $100 in free drip, or 2 free drip tokens, whatever that. Right now it's $120. So 2 drip tokens. How can you get access to that? So I'm going to let this build back up till I get 2 drip tokens here. And then I'm going to do an airdrop. Anyone is eligible for the airdrop that is connected to this wallet. All you have to do, or you can make a new deposit. All you have to do is come down here. I'll show you. So I took a screenshot. I've already done it. I took a screenshot right here of this entire thing right here. So I see all these amounts. So you have 2 ways. You can either make an additional deposit of at least 5 drip tokens. If you're not one of my referrals, you can go down, click on the link in the description, use the BuddyAddress, make a brand new deposit of at least 5 drip. That's all you got to do is 5 drip. Make a deposit. Once you make a deposit, then you will be in the running for that random drawing I'm going to do. I'm going to do a drawing. I'll make a video so you can see it, but I'm going to do a drawing and do an airdrop for 2 free drip tokens. Somebody's going to win. It's going to be either one of these 17 people, or if you're number 18, it could be you as well. So you got to, at this point in time, that you'd have a 1 in 17 or 1 in 18 chance of basically getting $120 if you wanted to get started in the drip faucet yourself. I talked about how this is sustainable. I talked about the taxes. I talked about the well tax, the taxes that we have for using the system. I talked about the well tax that kind of protects the system. I also talked about some of the limitations of each individual wallet. Now, the most important thing to this whole project is ongoing development. So the developer, Forex Shark, has already done, they just launched a yield farm, and I'll cover that in a future video. I don't want to make this video too long. I can tell you this, I personally, a lot of people are excited by the yield farm. I think it's cool. I'm glad they developed something cool, but for me, the faucet's the main thing. However, that is good development it's good that there's development in the ecosystem. There's 2 farms, I believe, coming, as well as big promotions that are going to be taking place. There's a partnership with an enormous online crypto gaming website, BetFury. Those of you that are familiar with BetFury. In fact, I'm going to show you right here. By the way, if you're in the Drip Network, down in the description, you're going to see 2 telegrams. One is my personal team telegram. You can definitely join us there, especially if you're on my team. The second telegram is going to be the telegram for the main Drip Network. That telegram is the best place to go to find out what's happening right now in Drip. This is my personal telegram here, Drip Income Builders. But just to show you some of the stuff that's going on, A-list rappers are coming into Drip, Hip Hop Trap NFT Marketplace by A-list rappers coming exclusive to faucet stakers with NFT utility ownership over the dev wallet reward percent. Not certain what all that actually means. Many recent $100,000 and $200,000 buys coming from celebrities at the Miami Bitcoin conference, onboarded by Daily Income Guru. This guy's a big whale in the Drip ecosystem. The music executive that made the native Drip NFT deal with Forex Shark, which is the developer, who was one of the $90,000 buys, is onboarding their first few A-list rappers into the faucet in the next 48 hours. So a little taste of what's going on. So on top of the farm just recently launched as well. So there's a lot of promotion going on. Plus this is just basically hearsay inside the actual Telegram, the main Telegram of Drip. There is an official announcement put out by the dev related to BetFury. Let's take a look at that. By the way, quick shout out to Nick Z here, who's one of our Telegram members who keeps us up to date on the news, probably better than the rest of us. This is something that he shared with us he forwarded this from Forex Shark himself. You can see that right here. This is the actual dev of the Drip network. So he said, I just got out of a meeting with BetFury that went so well. So he says, we locked in a massive co-promotion deal with Drip with them. Drip will be an available token to use on their platform. You will get paid in BFG token as an additional reward every time you use Drip on their platform. Basically, if you aren't familiar with this, BetFury is an online gaming. They have their own cryptocurrency, the BFG token, and it's part of a player reward system. Every time you play on the website, you earn additional free BFG tokens. So they're saying you're able to use Drip, and for using Drip, you're going to earn BetFury tokens. Okay. There will be a Drip battle game that is heavily promoted on their website that their users can only play with Drip. They will be sending out articles and press releases through email and their social media to hundreds of thousands of users, and they'll be directing their users to buy Drip through large banner ads on their site. I was an early investor in BetFury. This is exactly how they work. They do this oftentimes with small projects. I mean, they probably have 20-something different tokens you can use. Of course, you can use Bitcoin and Ethereum and the Cake token and the BNB token and all that. Plus, they have several smaller tokens that you can use on their platform. So this is not shocking to me. Now, I don't have any inside information on the BetFury side, but just from my experience watching what they do, this wouldn't shock me at all. We will also be discussing an option of allowing their users to buy Drip on our native DEX and BFG token so they can advertise an easy way for their users to swap BFG tokens for Drip on our native DEX. So this is huge, and let me explain why. So he's announced here the native DEX, which the native DEX at this point has only been for BNB and for Drip. When you buy on the faucet, when you swap on the website, you're using the native DEX. So the idea that the native DEX we could be using that native DEX for additional tokens, I think is huge, like enormous, because I can only see where that could go long-term with additional tokens. The other reason this is big is because oftentimes what BetFury does is they run promotions on their website. So they'll run a promotion that will say, hey, whoever wagers this volume will get, this amount of free cash on the website. They do these all the time. They'll have like a wager race or something like that. In order to do that, the common question that you'll see people ask is, where can I get this token? Where can I get this token? So if they do like a Drip specific wager race, that could be enormous. And I don't know if he's going to do this, but Forex Shark, if he puts up the funds, they do these huge contests, like 50,000, or more, 100,000 wager races. And that's like their biggest, and people will wager millions of dollars a day competing on those wager races. So the Leon token did this, and they got huge exposure on the website. So if Forex Shark does this, and he does an enormous wager rate, let's be honest with ourselves. $50,000 at this point, as well as Drip has done, is a drop in the bucket for him. If he does $100,000, a $200,000, $250,000, like a $250,000 wager race, that could be enormous exposure. Heck, 50,000 will probably be enormous exposure. But if he does a big wager race where he sponsors it, that could just be tremendous exposure. And everybody's going to be trying to test out the Drip. Now, you're talking about high-risk individuals who like to game on gambling websites. Like, let's admit just a little bit. Right now, when you're in platforms like Drip, this is crypto anyway can be seen as highly speculative. But when you're with Drip, you're in the space of it's so speculative that you're in the gambling space. Anything that can go up and down 50% within a week or two, that's gambling at that point. Can we just be honest with ourselves? When you have high-risk individuals on a gaming website that are in cryptocurrency getting exposed to Drip, this is excellent for the entire ecosystem. Excellent. By the way, there are future developments to decrease the volatility. In fact, I'll show you that here in a moment on the Drip token. So he says this could not be a better deal for us. We will be getting exposure for Drip to hundreds of thousands of active investors, a new use case on a platform that does billions in volume every month. This use case will only be available on their platform for Drip and will be heavily promoted by BetFury using banner ads and AMA, also massive press releases on social media. This new use case removes Drip from circulation and rewards users for doing so on BFG tokens. By the way, let me correct something. I was talking about wager races. I don't think BitFury, they do wager races. They don't do the really big ones. That would be another website called Chips. By the way, someone needs to tell Forex to check out Chips because they're doing multiple millions a day in volume as well over there. He said, this is going to help us onboard thousands of new users, millions in fresh capital from outside of our own communities, meaning outreach, further outreach instead of just people talking in Telegram. We need to prepare all of our promotional material, and they need to clear out space for us to do a proper co-promotion. So we're targeting January to go live. That's incredible. January. That's just right around the corner. So this could be big. I'm not saying it's gonna be big, but I think it's got enormous potential here. So Forex, great job. Plus, I was trying to look for the announcement. I couldn't find it. I was going to share it with you so you could actually see it, but you just have to take my word for it. There's also a big promotion going on where they're working with an influencer social media marketing agency out of, I think, South America. There's some huge social media influencers and TikTok people, and they're working with someone who's working on getting possibly some rappers. You saw that earlier. They want some rappers doing sponsorship, talking about it on Twitter, that sort of the same kind of thing that got Shiba Inu essentially to go viral, that's caused Dogecoin to go viral. That's really what Forex is aiming for. So who knows exactly if that will happen, what future development will come. Here's what I would like to see. I would like to see the drip token create additional long-term use cases. Right now, the main use cases are going to be staking it on the platform, holding it to speculate on price going up and down. But also, they've got two yield farms coming out. But even yield farms, that stuff tends to have a bit of a lifespan. What he's mastered is sustainable tokenomics. And when I say that, I mean they're able to sustain the value of the token for now. At some point, eventually the token price does crash under its own weight if he cannot create a much more long-term use case for the project. Now, I know, a lot of people are like, oh, that's FUD. Most people who watch YouTube videos, like when they're positive about a project, they can't be objective. They can't say the positives and the negatives. I'm telling you right now, the negative is, will the price hold up long term? That's going to depend on what future development comes. It looks like there's reason to believe the token price may upswing again and even higher, especially with this happened with the last big project that came out. So if this swings up again, it could potentially break $100 or more. So, I think it's possible we'll see another huge upswing, but we'll have to wait and see if that actually comes to pass. Who knows? Big spike like this, maybe we pull back a little bit further. They've added a tremendous amount of liquidity. Check this out. Over here on PancakeSwap, if you had 500 drip, which is like what, $30,000 roughly. If you had $30,000, you want to sell it in one fell swoop. You're going to barely move the price. Crazy. That's a lot of liquidity on the platform. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know where this project goes, but right now, and when it comes to daily passive income, there are two types of projects. You can do long-term sustainable projects, and they pay a lot less. Or you can do higher risk projects like the Drip Network, where with my big wallet, I'm getting over $400 a day right now that I'm compounding. Now, I'm going to continue to compound. Once I hit 1,000 drip, I'm going to compound every single day and then withdraw on the weekend. That's my long-term strategy. Again, if you want to be eligible to win those 2 free drip, all you need to do is go down to the description, click on the drip website, the link in the description, make certain that you have my web address down as your buddy address right here, and I'll put that in the description as well. Buy enough drip that when you make a deposit, you have at least 5 drip right here. If you're one of these wallets, I've already screenshotted this, so if you have at least 5 drip added, you're going to qualify. Or you can make a brand new deposit of 5 drip, at least 5. It can be more than 5, of course. Some of these people come in with 295, 765 drip. By the way, big congratulations to all the 100 drippers, because I think that's everyone's first goal, get to 100 drip. So 0x366, great job, 106 drip. 0x9c9, great job, 104 drip. 0x507, great job, 120 drip. You're almost there, 0xf3d. Also, 0xABA, great job, 765 drip, way to go. 0x18EA, great job, 295 drip. So all my 100 drippers, great job. Everyone else, great job. keep in mind, get your funds out, and then we're going to ride this thing to as far as it goes. As far as it goes. Who knows if the price goes up? Who knows if the price goes down? Once you get your funds out, it's a free ride to the future of wherever drip may go. Ladies and gentlemen, decentralized cryptocurrency equals freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.